Hello, I think we're back. I think we're back running now. Great. Just when Lukaku scored, but for those who've been watching the streams when we've been trying to get up and running today, I did have Lukaku to score at any time, and he scored. So we're very happy about that. I need to get the correct live comments up running here. But we've scored, and we've scored in the first half, and that is a massive improvement on last season. Well taken goal by Lukaku. Exactly what we bought him for, to score in this sort of a game. And he's done it. We've got the live comments up. We're back. We're back. We're back. That's all that matters. We're back. 35 minutes in. Lukaku with the goal for Manchester United. Exactly what we wanted to see. Let me move him away from West Ham. He's not a West Ham player, that's for sure. Oh, challenging to be live on these watch-alongs today. YouTube's been playing up a lot, but we are back. And Lukaku has scored for Manchester United. And I will take those issues that we've had to get United ahead in this game. And Lukaku scoring as well. And for all those who did put the bet on, well done. If you went for Lukaku first scorer and were a bit braver than that, you're even more quids in. We've linked up with 10bet this season. A link is in the video description. Sign up with them. Put your bets on there. And at the end of the month, they're giving away 5 Manchester United shirts to United Stand viewers. But we went with Lukaku to score first goal. And he scored it. So very, very pleased with that. Matthew Cartwright, I'm bored of that sort of comment. If you put it out there again, I'll just ignore it, in fact, because it's irrelevant. Okay, let's have a look how we're doing. A few people talking to me about that. That's fine. We are back up and running and we are live. Remember to share it now. We're back up and running. Had a bit of a nightmare, but we've got it going, and that's all that matters, in it. At the end of the day. And United are winning, so everybody's happy. I thought we'd lost you again. That's why I went quiet. I was getting a bit fed up. This feels like United at Old Trafford. It's a very competitive game. West Ham have actually been very competitive in this game, to be fair, and United have had to work hard. But that goal, the quality has shown through, and we've now got them a little bit on the back foot. And this is a lot of what we didn't see last season, where we were dominating teams, creating chances, not scoring the goal, and then they grow into it in the second half. I mean, already Lukaku's done exactly what many people predicted he was there to do, and that was to score the goals against the lesser clubs. Sahil 9358 or 9538 says he doesn't rate Rashford. Was the goal any good, says Rory O'Loughlin? Yeah, it was decent. I like the freedom Rashford's got now, says Adam Smith. I personally would prefer Martial, but Rashford has gone a little bit more central. We've sort of changed the formation. It's not the one we had in the first few minutes. Mkhitaryan's moved out to that left hand side, so yeah, that's what's happened with that. We've sort of gone 4-4-2 at the moment, with Mkhitaryan going to the left. We need to play like this all season, make chances all game and bury them as soon as possible, says Bayan. And But yeah, I've got to agree. I don't know why people were saying that Matic didn't play very well in the first half, because I think he's been very, very good. Turning into Messi, says Street Shark. I think, you know, Matic and Pogba are effectively playing the same formation, and Matic has been far more involved in the game. But, you know, I need to be careful. I mean, I don't think West Ham have been that bad as far as I'm concerned. Ferris Oddy says, oh, you know what? I'm not even going to... Look, Mark... He says, Ferris says, Mark was so wrong about Matic. I just despair at what people are trying to turn this on to me. That's not what I've said at all. I didn't say Matic was a bad player. I've never said Matic was a bad player. Show me the evidence where I said Matic was a bad player. What I said was I had concerns about Matic because I saw him play at Old Trafford 3 months ago and he was awful. I saw him play in the season that Mourinho got sacked and he was awful. And United's midfield has always been slow and static, and I always thought Matic was quite slow. I've never watched Matic week in, week out, and any United fan who says that they've watched Matic week in, week out are an absolute liar. When we were linked to Matic a month before we signed him, 90% of United fans were saying they didn't want him. So if you're fortunate enough to be in that minority that said Matic is perfect for United, give yourself a pat on the back. But the reality is, if you are now saying, oh, I always wanted Matic, the vast majority of you, to be honest, are exactly where I was, which was I wasn't sure about that signing. But the minute he signed, I said, as I said with Lukaku, I wanted Morata, if I'm honest. And having seen Morata yesterday, I still think Morata's a very good player. And Mourinho wanted him. Morata's a good signing. But we just didn't get him. We got Lukaku, and I'm happy with Lukaku. As soon as someone signs for United, I'll back them. And I'm very, very happy with the team that we've got at the moment. I don't see why people, if you are a United fan, why you have to start attacking other United fans and saying, oh, I know better than you. You just know better than those fans from Manchester who say if you're not from Manchester, you're not a real fan. Rashford made the goal, by the way. It was a really good little run. He could have played Mata in. West Ham got stretched and Lukaku just put it into the back of the net. But I don't like those people who start coming on and saying, oh, where are all the Matic haters now? You literally know better than, like I say, those fans who think they're top Reds because they come from Manchester. Every United fan is welcome. That's what the United Stand's all about. It's a global fan channel. We are a global club, and everyone should have an opinion. I'll be totally honest. I had my concerns about Matic, but I never said he was a bad player. I just said I didn't think he was the right sort of player for United. And I'll be happy to be proved wrong. A lot of us didn't want Phil Jones to start. He's actually had a very good game. You know, you've got to be honest. When you know, don't lie to your eyes. Phil Jones has actually had a very good game. It's a fact. Abdul says, Mark, you did say I don't want Matic because he's a Chelsea reject. I did say that, and I actually said 3 days ago. I retracted that statement because we were led to believe that Chelsea wanted to sell Matic, and I don't really want to sign. I don't want to sign rejects from any British club. We're Manchester United. We shouldn't be doing that. However, 2 days ago, Bay's just been booked, by the way. 2 days ago, Costa came out and said that, not Costa, that'd be funny. Conte came out and said he didn't want to sell Matic. So Matic isn't even a Chelsea reject. So that statement I made was right because I don't want to sign anybody's rejects from England, but he wasn't a reject. So there you go. Sean Atwood says Matic and Jones are playing great. Thanks, Sean, for the contribution. I agree. Manny says I was quite upset about signing him at first, but now I'm happy we got Matic. Look, if you watched Chelsea play yesterday, they were absolutely abysmal, and I think they massively missed Matic. So that's all I can say about that. And to be honest with you, I don't ever remember sitting here and saying that my opinion is 100% right. In fact, if you can find anybody whose opinion's 80% of the time, I'll call you a liar, because nobody's ever right. You know, Mourinho's been wrong, and he's our manager of Manchester United. We can't all be right. I'll be ecstatic if I'm proved wrong about Martial. I don't think Martial's going to play much this season. I want him to play. I just don't think Mourinho's going to use him much. But I'll be ecstatic if he does, because I want him to play and I want Manchester United to win games. And that's the most important thing. As we approach half-time, we've got to win this game today. Corey Owen, I agree with you. Matic has been fantastic. There were some people in the first 5 minutes who have said that that Matic wasn't that good. I think United have been good. I think we've played the ball around quite well. We still lack a little bit of pace. But West Ham were always going to play quite deep. Do you need pace? I mean, to be honest with you, I would say this in defence of Mourinho. Would Martial suit a game like this where West Ham are playing really, really deep? Possibly not. But the game's still open. We're only 1 goal ahead, and you know, 1 goal's never enough. We need to go and get 2. Who'd have thought in May we'd be saying at the first game of the season, Matic and Jones man of the half? But yeah, I'd agree with that. I do agree with that. I stand by it. Could we have had a better half? Not really. We've not had a hatful of chances. I'd say Lukaku's chance and Mata's chance to get one of those goals, but Pogba's done lovely there. He's just overhit the pass. That's a shame. But there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of energy in the United side, and that's good to see, because I think Mourinho is starting to build the sort of side that he wants. And let's not forget, we may even sign 1 or 2 more players as well. Neil0B9 says that Lukaku's been man of the match. Lukaku has played very well. We just want to see this half out, because there's literally no time left. What a save, straight at De Gea. Whew, could have been 1-1 there. Could have been 1-1. Really, really sort of got carved open a little bit, but it's not quite worked out. 1-0 at half time. Very, very pleased with that. We've had our problems on the stream, and I think United had their problems in the half, but ultimately we got that good chance. Lukaku put it away. That's exactly what he's there for to do. Lukaku's in my fantasy football team. He's in my Telegraph team, as is De Gea and Bay, so we're hoping for a clean sheet. But for everybody who got on the bet, we're off. We're up and running. I did say Lukaku to score at any time. I also said if you fancy it, if you want to be a little bit live on the dangerous side, Lukaku first goal scorer. So if you put the bet on, well done. We're up and running in relation to that. We're looking superb, says Kwame. Glory, glory, Man United, says Pog Boom. We need another goal. Do not trust the defence to keep a clean sheet, says Ricky Gonzalez. Yes, 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 yes. I agree with all that, Ricky. But we're winning. We're winning, and that is what we wanted. You know, it is the start of the season. Should we be expecting to blow teams away? I don't think so. We've got to build our way into this season. We've got to win this game today. We're halfway there. We've got the goal. We're 1-0 up. I love the attacking football, says MUFC Cody. Lukaku to score next, says Kieran Marsh. I wouldn't, you know, are we going for that again? If you fancy getting a bet on, link in the video description. 10Bet is our partner for August, and you can win one of 5 Manchester United shirts at the end of the month if you put bets on with 10 Football. So links in the video description. They've got in-game bets for you now. Not sure I've seen a better league debut, says Andrew Hoare. Yeah, even from the first 5 minutes when he got the ball and ran the channel, absolutely brilliant from Lukaku. Gets the chance, puts it away. What I liked about Lukaku's chance there, really good setup play by Rashford. Mata pulling players all over the place as well. What I liked about that chance from Lukaku was one real good chance, 1 goal. And last season, Zlatan scored a lot of goals. Zlatan's a better player than Lukaku, but Lukaku's a better fit for Manchester United. And we would have missed that chance last season. It's in. The goal's in. It's in the back of the net. It's registered. We're 1-0 up. West Ham have now got to do something. They can't keep sitting back like teams last season. They were sitting back, growing in confidence, growing in confidence. We couldn't break them down in the second half. Now we're in front. Now we've got to go for that second goal. Get 2-0, see the game out. Brilliant, perfect. And you know what? Phil Jones, fantastic. You know, there is no shame in saying, why is Phil Jones starting? We all thought that, didn't we? But played really, really well. Really, really well. Matic, really good as well. I think Jones or Matic have to be your man of the half, or Lukaku. 3 really, really strong performances. Pogba has done quite well in that deep role. Mata, Mkhitaryan, like to see them playing just because they're really good footballers. Rashford's probably had a mixed half. He set the goal up, but a bit wasteful on the ball. But Mourinho obviously really likes him. But I am really happy with that. The formation has been a little bit defensive, I suppose, but it's also been a formation that's allowed us to move the ball around well. There's a lot of good movements and there's a lot of options, and Mkhitaryan and Mata have been busy, and at times it's been a 4-2-3-1, and then at times it's gone to a 4-4-2 with Rashford and Lukaku, and that keeps the opposition on their toes. It keeps them concerned, and I think I said that during the summer and we discussed it together. We've got to We've got to be dynamic. It's not, you can't just start a formation at the start of the game and that's the formation for the game. I think being able to change formations at the flick of a button, and we saw that in pre-season and we've seen it already in this first half. We've got to have that ability to change position, change formation, and I think that's worked well. Ian Forward says 2-0, let's finish it off. Pogba's turning people in onto the break is a wonderful sight to behold, says Karzix. We need to get Jose the signings he wants. He knows his football, says Pog Boom. Jurgen Clint says Mark's ignoring Matic. No, I didn't. I just said that he was man of the half. Loving the performance, says Ifsham Hussein. I've missed the first half. How have we been, says David. Very, very good. Very, very good. West Ham, to be honest with you, have played well. I've been impressed with West Ham. I think it was a very equal game up until around 20 minutes. Then United started to just sort of go slightly ahead. But West Ham have been energetic. They put some tackles in. They've been ready. Had a good chance at the end of the half. Blasted it straight at De Gea, but it was a good chance, a good opening, and it could have been 1-1. So on the balance of chances, it's been quite equal. But United just need to take that now and move further ahead. Matic is class, says Zerix. He's had a good start. Let's hope he can keep it up. Matic and Jones, definitely best players in that half, says Kieran Monaghan. I would agree. Hello from Sydney, says Hamadul Islam. Phil Jones looks great back there, says Douglas. Herrera will find it hard to start ahead of Matic, says Jack Nolan. I think United are going to be dynamic this season, and I think that is a big positive. We do need to be like that. We need to change players for different formations. I want Martial to start for Manchester United. Could Martial have started today? Yeah, he could have played where Rashford played. Of course he should. But Mourinho favours Rashford because he's a hard worker. But hopefully Martial might get on. I still think we'll bring Fellaini on, and at 1-0 that concerns me. But I would like to see Martial coming on. But I wouldn't really change anything about that performance or the personnel. I think Mourinho's got it right. Maybe there was a penalty shout in the first half, somebody just said there. Maybe there was, but we're 1-0 up. Give Adelaide a shout out, says Jessica Jane. You've just had it. Big up Adelaide. Pogba for centre attacking midfielder, says XL Dimong. You could put Pogba into the attacking centre midfield position, but the reality is, I think the reason he hasn't done that is because it was never a set in stone 4-2-3-1. What about when you want to go 4-4-2? If you've got Herrera and Matic and Pogba further forward, Pogba's got to go out to the wide. So I think that's why he's done it. But the goal itself basically came from Matic breaking the ball down. Zabaletta's bombed on. Rashford's got loads and loads of space. And he slips it in. Lukaku, one touch, goal. Left foot. Absolutely perfect finish. Perfect goal for United. 1-0. If you're new to the United Stand, remember to drop a subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and drop a like on the video. I'm shouting it out now. Tonight at 8 o'clock is Sunday Night Live, and for the first time, we normally have guests on for the first time ever, because United are playing today. We're sort of open. Skype Goldbridge is always on a Monday. We're doing it on a Sunday tonight, live at 8 o'clock. We're going to hit the calls on Skype. You can Skype in and give us your thoughts on the game. Good and bad, long term. What you're thinking about, you know, has Martial got a future? Should Herrera have started? What's going on with Lindelof? What you think, positives, negatives, whatever. It's yours tonight from 8 o'clock. So make sure you get involved with the United Stand. The best way to do that is click that subscribe button and hit the bell, and you'll get notified every time we go live. Matter for Martial, please, Jose, says St. Columbo. Pogba is best as a deep line player. Might make her like a Kroos or a Modric. He isn't he's not a number 10, says Brendan Tombow. Sign a new wing back. Blind not good enough, says Kieran Marsh. Yeah, you know, the left side is our problem, but hopefully Luke Shaw can get back. Who's our captain right now, says Sideswipe. It is Valencia. Let Jesse Lingard on, says Nabil Howell. Well, United Stand, how do you think Rodney's been doing at Everton? Rooney looked very good yesterday, very quickly. He did look very good. I watched it on Match of the Day, and granted it's only highlights, but maybe that lower expectation, slower intensity, to be honest, when you play for Everton, more space. I mean, I think that's the impressive thing about Lukaku. Scoring goals for Everton and West Brom is different to scoring goals for Manchester United. Teams will go more at Everton than they will against United. They'll be slightly more cautious, which means less space. So pleased that Lukaku, you know, he has been scoring goals. He scored in the Super Cup, but Premier League was always where it was all about for Lukaku, and he scores a goal. So really, really pleased with that. Thoughts on Matic, Mark, says J. I have to say I've been impressed with Matic in a red shirt, says Claymore Road. Look, you know, all I can say about Matic is I had concerns about signing him. And he's been fantastic. He really has. And I don't hide away from the things that I've said, and I find it funny in a way that when Matic was linked to United, nobody wanted him. We were going live with like 3,000 or 4,000 people watching. Nobody wanted him. He's doing very well now, and I think some people are sort of pretending, oh, I always wanted him. Look, there's no shame in thinking that Matic to United was a risk, because we thought it was a reject. We thought he was a Chelsea reject. We found out this week he's not, and Conte's furious that he let him go. We saw Chelsea yesterday, and I think they massively missed Matic. We had concerns that maybe he was on the decline, because Kante sort of overshadowed him last year. In the season before that, he was awful when Mourinho got the sack. I don't think that's the case. From what I've seen of him so far, he's made a massive difference to our team. And the reality is as well, you'd have to be pretty bad not to be a better midfielder than Fellaini. And that, you know, as much as a lot of people do like Fellaini, let's be honest, Fellaini was playing in a midfield 3 for us. So getting a midfielder in who actually can play in the midfield was always going to improve our midfield. I think the impressive thing about Matic today is, and the shocking thing in many ways is, that Herrera's on the bench. He's playing that well that he's benched Herrera, and I never thought that's what Matic was there to do. I thought Matic was there to be the improvement for Fellaini, and we'd have this midfield 3 of Herrera, Pogba and Matic, and it would work really well. We've not seen that today, but also pat on the back for Jose Mourinho, not just because he brought Matic and a lot of United fans thought that might be a bad move, but also because I think we will see a midfield 3 of Matic, Herrera and Pogba, and I think we'll see it in the away games against the better teams where we need to be more compact and hit teams on the break, and I think that'll work really, really well. At home, against teams like West Ham, do you need Herrera, Matic and Pogba playing as a midfield 3? Or do you play 2 of them and get an extra attacker in like Mata? So you've got Mata and Mkhitaryan and Rashford and Lukaku. So big shout out for Mourinho there. You know, Herrera probably should be in the team. He should be in the team. But it's about formations, and it's about opposition, and it's about location. We're at Old Trafford. We're against the mid-table team in West Ham. We drop one of those midfielders and we put an attacker in there. And I think that is the positive. Pogboom is saying, is that the end of Herrera? I think I've just answered that there. No, it isn't. It's just about the opposition. And instead of just picking what your best team is, pick your best team for the opposition. And we didn't need 3 centre midfielders today. We've played 2. And, you know, I think Herrera's got a great future at Manchester United. Blind constantly plays it back. We still aren't under Louis van Gaal, says Russell. Well, Blind's a problem, isn't he? Darmian's a problem. Not because they're bad players, but because left side is the problem for us. Thanks for the contribution, Keith. Super chat, $sign if you want to make a contribution. Please do ask us a question though, because we sort of want to give you that shout out as well. Did we beat West Ham at home last season, Lidder? No, we didn't. We drew. I don't know whether it was 0-0 with West Ham. I think it might have been 1-1. I think we did go 1-0 up and they got an equaliser. Was it where De Gea made a mistake? Or was it 0-0? I remember their goalkeeper was fantastic. Rashford should improve. He should prove his worth, says Raz. News on Fabinho, says Sideswipe. I don't know. Is there? I'd love it if there was some Fabinho news, but I'm live at the moment, so I don't know. I would be surprised if there was news on Fabinho while we're live. But what I can say is that that Matic is trending on Twitter, which is brilliant. There is no news on Fabinho. But more than happy to have a look for you. Oh, we got a couple of super chat options. Cobb Ross Atkins says, keep saying it. Mata should be our number 10. Mickey vanishes for 2-minute periods almost every game. Mickey should be right wing as he drifts out of games. Mata is crucial. Mata's been so consistent, and I said this in the summer. Look, Mata might not be in my first 11 for United most games, but he would be on the bench, and he is a fantastically consistent player. Maradona Felly says, second half is defining. We've got to kill them off or it's last season again. And I think that's a very good point. We have got to kill them off. 100%. Shazwat, thanks for your honesty. He says, I didn't want Matic previously, but today he looks like the missing puzzle in our team. I think that's the comment of the day because it's honesty. None of us really did want him, but as soon as he signed, we backed him, and Mourinho's clearly got it right, and he looks fantastic. So great comment there, and I think that is pretty much how everybody feels. Manchester United don't suit 4-3-3. Thank God we've gone back to 4-2-3-1. That's from Paul Ward. VJ Rock says, Matic is keeping up with Rashford. He is quicker than we think. Yes, he did. I know exactly the play you're on about, the goal. He won the ball, he gave it Rashford, and then he was running along the left-hand side, which was cool. You know, that's brilliance anyway. I mean, he deserves a shout-out for that, as does Mata, because that is brilliant. Because although Rashford plays the ball to Lukaku, if you know your football and why West Ham get pulled all over the place, it's because Matic bombs the left, Mata bombs the right. He's pulling space for Lukaku and the ball by Rashford. So really, really good. Really, really pleased with it so far. We've just got to finish this off in the second half. Which we'll have live as soon as it kicks off for you. Remember. Make sure you subscribe to the United Stand and click the bell so you get notifications when we go live. Fantastic community on here. But remember, tonight at 8 o'clock we're live, and for the first time ever on a Sunday night show, we're live and we're opening it up on Skype for you lot to come on and have your say on the game, on the formation, on your thoughts. Still 45 minutes to go, but it's your show tonight, so join us live at 8 o'clock. And if you do get on, go for it. Don't be all go for it. Take the opportunity and give it large. Right, game's about to kick off. I'm going to start the timer up for you now. Drop a like. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes, and we're off. Yes. Woo! Jones was good, says Jertus. Yes, I think he was. Can we win, says Axel Dimong. I hope so. If what we've got to do is not. Mourinho has this thing with the last 10 minutes, he'll go defensive. We can't be in the situation of 1-0 up with 10 minutes to go. I think we've got to get that second goal and get this game won. NGP FIFA, what's the $sign thing? Oh, it's a bit like on Twitch. If you want to contribute to the channel, you can do so. Click that, make a contribution, but make sure you put a question up there or something like that so we can shout you out. Hernandez is a bit worrying, says Shane McCauley. Mata has been very good, Vicstar 123, I agree. Julian Ross has just subscribed. Happy to shout you out. Welcome to the channel, mate. We're not just live for watch-alongs. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every night. Every morning at 7 o'clock we've got the transfer show. We react live to any Manchester United news. Fantastic community. Live comments are always part of it. Just get involved. It's a really great community. Second half has started. Sideswipe, you're right. We're just into the second minute. Third minute, sorry. Mickey is inconsistent, says Nawaz. Not liking Pogba so deep. He needs to be pushed up more, and Herrera next to Matic, says Michael Blomley. Yeah, I agree with that, Michael, and I think we will play that in more difficult games away from home, but with a home side in this. And I think the brilliance of this performance today is that he's decided to just play two midfielders to give himself another attacking option. If we'd played Herrera today, we wouldn't have been able to play Mata and Mkhitaryan, and I think that's allowed us to be far more expansive. Here's Lukaku, can't quite get it out his feet. This team in formations proves that pre-season means nothing but fitness at the United Stand, Lockrill. I agree with that, mate. I do. We said that though, didn't we? We said it was, you know, pre-season's just a bit exhibition-y. It's a way to build yourself back towards the season. As fans, it's exciting to see your new signings and everything. But Phil Jones hardly played in pre-season, and he's starting the first Premier League game. Smalling was brilliant in pre-season. He sat on the bench. Darmian played a lot in pre-season. Doesn't play. So yeah, and the formation. Did we use this formation? I think we saw it for little glimpses. Kwame says it's basically one midfielder today. Matic is running it deep, and Pogba does start deep but bombs on. Do I think the Bale deal will happen, says Aryan? No, I don't. I still think Perisic is the one I think. Obviously, we did the video on Griezmann this morning. I don't think people understood that. I didn't say... I think the issue with Griezmann is that he's committed to Atletico Madrid because they got a transfer ban. If then Atletico Madrid go and sell people like Oblak, then Griezmann might just say, I want to go, because that's not the deal. I think the thing with Atletico Madrid and Griezmann was he would stay and help them out if everyone else was going to stay. So Ryan Giggs did say back in May, though, I wouldn't be surprised if United go back in... sorry, it would have been June, because that's when Griezmann deal fell through. But he did say at the time, I wouldn't be surprised if United go back in the last 2 weeks and sign him. Have seen Rooney goal yesterday, says United and Matt. Yeah, it was a good goal. Good goal. Jeff Doherty says, who will be United's first sub today? I would bet on it. Rashford's in here. Can he find a pass? Oh, he should have been squaring that to Mkhitaryan. I think he should have squared that to Mkhitaryan. We'll see it on the second one. No, if he squares that, Mkhitaryan's in. Mkhitaryan had got ahead of his man. I'll be back. Robin Van Persie. Will Zlatan return? I think Zlatan will return, but he's got to be willing to sit on the bench as far as I'm concerned. People love the chair more than me. Right, West Ham have got a free kick here. Daley Blin's there. Didn't clear the first man, which is good. Good, good, good. Marcus, I'm just messaging you back now. That would be a big help. Oh. What is your bet that Griezmann comes to United soon? Says Calamari. Free kick for United here on the break. Rashford's had a good start to the second half. Although Alex Deck says he's seriously fed up of Rashford. I really, you know, I've never been quiet about the fact that Rashford and Martial are my favourite two players at United. It's no coincidence that they're also our best two flair players. But I do think Martial should play. We are hitting them on the break, Lidar says. We're hitting them on the break because unlike last season, in many of these home games we didn't win. We're actually winning. So West Ham have got to come out a bit, which then creates the space for us to hopefully get the second goal. Josh, 2003 MUFC, says I prefer Martial than Rashford. Do you think Man United win the league? Says Abraham Hale. It's way too early. It's way too early to find that out. Mad Marcus is going to come back on in 5 minutes, which would be good. Rashford's making me sick, says Onyx Dex. In a good way or a bad way? I think he's had a good start to the second half, hasn't he? We're in! Yes! Come on! 2-0. Romelu Lukaku. Whoever said at half-time get a bet on for him to score the next goal, he's got 2. He's in my fantasy football team. And we're in. We're ahead. And this should be now the 3 points that we wanted today. And we've scored from a cross. Oh, lovely stuff. The Lukaku show is up and running. Mkhitaryan with the assist for anybody who wants to know. Oh, a lovely finish. The flat track bully strikes again. Manchester United 2-0 up. A perfect time goal as well. Yes, come on. Come on. So important for us to win this game today. And you know what? It's never a bad thing if your striker that you've spent £75 million on gets a couple of goals. I tell you what though, he's got half an hour to get a hat-trick now. You know he's going to get another chance. Can he do it? That will silence everybody. Everybody can sit down then. Lovely cross as well from Mkhitaryan. Exactly. Exactly. Hat-trick hero come in, says Uefu. A flat track bully, exactly what United needed, says Von Cringe. Oh, that's not me. I'm not having a pop at him for that. You were spot on. The minute we bought Lukaku, many of us felt that we couldn't score goals against these sort of teams. He scored 2 today. So perfect, absolutely perfect, and really, 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 really pleased. Obviously, 2. So looks like we might be talking about Lukaku, or you might be talking about Lukaku at 8 o'clock tonight. Skype Goldbridge, and yes, very, 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 very happy about that. Transporter 1970, great to have the watch along back. It's great to be back. I want positivity this season. We've had 3 seasons of, well, 2 of them with Van Gaal. I think Mourinho, it was a frustrating season last season under Mourinho, mainly because from January he had to shut up shop and grind out results. It was frustrating from September to December because we played good football. We just didn't put the ball in the back of the net. What we want to see this year, and what we will see this year, is Mourinho's team. And hopefully what we'll see is more fluidity. I think this team will start to tear West Ham apart now. What did I say? I said 3-1, didn't I? I did say 3-0 maybe, but I did fancy us to concede. But I'd just be so pleased if we can get the 3 points. I really would. Babatunde W says, Mark, admit you were wrong about Lukaku. What? What have I said about Lukaku? What have I said about Lukaku? All I said about Lukaku is that I preferred to get Morata, and so did Mourinho. Morata was Mourinho's first choice. Nobody said anything about Lukaku because nobody thought we were going to sign Lukaku. When it came out of the blue that we were signing Lukaku, I think everybody got really excited about it. What I have said about Lukaku, to be honest, and you know, Scholes, he said it, Gary Neville said it. His first touch is a concern, but he'll learn his first touch at United. He's still 23, isn't he? 23, 24. He can improve his first. I mean, what Lukaku's going to do at United? He's a player who over 4 years, from the age of 19, has scored over 20 goals every season. He's Premier League proven. He's never played for a big club. He's now at a big club. It's a step up. He's going to improve as a striker. I think we'll see a better Lukaku over the next 2 or 3 years than we've seen over the last 2 or 3 years, because he's got that growth in him. I don't really think any United fan was against Lukaku when we signed him. I think there was people probably wanted better players. I mean, he's just played a bad pass there, but you know, he's going to improve on that. His hold-up play's good. His first touch isn't brilliant, but neither's Rashford's. But it'll all improve. Here we go. Lay him in. Lay him in. Offside. Offside. Mkhitaryan scores. Rashford. A nice little intricate play between Mata, Rashford and Lukaku, but it was offside. I think we could get 3 or 4 in this. I'll take 2-0 now. I'd end the game because I want 3 points, but we could get a real confidence performing result here. You know what I've not realised as well, and I will have a quick look at it now. I've not had a look at what our next few fixtures are, because I'd sort of I did know them and then I sort of forgot. So we're away to Swansea next weekend. That's interesting. Lukaku again, hopefully. And then we're at home, aren't we? Are we home to Leicester the following Saturday? And then it's the international break, isn't it? So, yeah. Leicester played quite well on Friday, to be honest. But Swansea next week. Next fixture is Swansea, Mark, says Sides. Matic is incredible, says H. Sinclair. I don't think anybody's put a foot wrong, have they, today? Have we got any criticisms? Have anybody? I'd say that Lukaku is pushing for man of the match now. I think Matic and Jones were very good in the first half, but I'd say Lukaku's going to be man of the match, isn't he? With if he gets another goal. Jack, I didn't say Matic wasn't a good midfielder. We've discussed this at half-time. Most Manchester United fans didn't want to sign him. Onto the bar there by Arnautovic. We don't want to concede a goal at this point. If we win 5-0, I've got a dab. Can't keep up with Mark or live comments because bad signal in this Crete beach bar. So happy we're winning though. Lynn's on holiday in Crete. Massive. I wish I was on holiday, Lynn. Not having one this year because of the birth of Sebi. You've got to have a holiday. You've got to have a holiday. Marcus, I'm waiting for you, so just let me know when you're ready to come on. 2-0 to United. My youngest just walked through. Actually, not my youngest anymore. We've had a contribution. It's from Orison. He says, you predicted Lukaku to score 30 goals this season. He's already scored 2 goals. How amazing is that? Yes, I did. Thanks, Orison. Thanks for backing me up on Lukaku. I just think Lukaku's way more important to United than Zlatan because of the pace that he gives us that Zlatan never could, which is way more important in the Premier League. Everyday game of 305s off to Morocco tomorrow, rubbing it in. Can you shut that door, please? Thank you. Is Marshall going to get some time? Says Johnny Blaze 23. It'd be the perfect game to give him some time. Beck Howell says thank God for decent Wi-Fi in hotel rooms. I think she's on holiday as well. Everyone's on holiday at the moment. Leicester's a fast team, says 2-2. You know, let's not start looking. I was only interested who we were playing next week because I knew we were away and I couldn't remember who it was. I think we've got Everton then after that. Bay and Valencia both on yellow cards now. Probably worth it. Football Bears back at school tomorrow. It's only the 13th of August. Is Marshall going Spurs, says Martina. Hope not. West Ham making a double substitution here. Half an hour still to go. The NZA King is on holiday. Top scorer this season, says Divuk. I think Lukaku's going to be top scorer by a long, long way, isn't he? Marcos, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, loud and clear.
We're back.
You're back.
What a day it's been, but you know, I'll take all the problems with the stream to be 2-0 up. Lukaku, that man.
Fantastic performance. First half, I was very impressed with Matic. Very impressed. I did say in one of the pre-season games, he looks a natural fit. He just slots right in. And this game, I think, has totally proved that. He's been absolutely immense.
Oh, my God. Don't know what went wrong with that corner then, but there was West Ham players queuing up. We don't want to concede a goal.
No, no. I think Rashford as well.
Go on, get it out your feet, Marcus.
Go on, run at him, kid.
We're on the break here.
Still got it.
He's held on to that for too long. Now play him in.
Oh.
Oh, that was his chance. Good block by, I think, Zabaleta, who is actually playing really hard. But
it's still all. Here you go.
Hart, Pogba, corner.
Fantastic. Brilliant second half. Very impressed with this team. The energy that Rashford has is immense.
And we've got the crowd up, haven't we? We've got the crowd up, and that is the big thing about Old Trafford. You've got to use that crowd, and Mourinho will know that more than anybody because he's been here as an opposition manager, and we've got to get that crowd going. And the only way you do that is by playing offensive football.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd we use to our advantage. It's almost like a 12th man, isn't it?
The power, and the Valencia has done loads of running today as well. Here's Pogba. Lovely little ball out. Hits it. Oh, come on, Marcus. Not you, Rashford.
Yeah,
Rashford just needs to work on his final ball, whether it's crossing, passing, or shooting. It's always. He's a young lad though.
Yeah, yeah.
Hafsu Rahman says it's a battering. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. West Ham could have just scored a goal, and then 2-1. It's squeaky bum time. You know, this game at the moment could comfortably go 3 or 4-0 to United, but if West Ham were to get the next goal, it would just make it a little bit nervous. But it's been a great game so far, and so good to get that second goal just after half-time, Marcus, because it's just put us in a position that, you know, we go on about it, but last season against this sort of opposition, we probably played as well as this, but we didn't get the goals. Oh, Mkhitaryan, get it out your feet. Oh, great run.
You know, I mean, the first half, right at the end of the first half, you know, West Ham had a fantastic chance there to level it up. But yeah, I mean, now we've got the second goal. I think it's just one-way traffic now.
Well, it just goes to show you what confidence does as well, doesn't it? You know, confidence can gets everyone playing really well. Satisfying top tens has made a contribution. He says, "Do you want Zlatan to come back? And what do you think of Lindelof not being on the team sheet today?" Well, we think Lindelof might be carrying an injury simply because whether he would have played or not, I still would have think he would have been on the bench. As for Zlatan coming back, you know, of course I want Zlatan back, but I wouldn't want him in this team. I'd have him on the bench, Marcus. I want Zlatan back though, because why would you refuse a player of that quality? I wouldn't have him in the first team with this setup. Lukaku's got to start because of his pace.
That's right. And I think would his ego allow him to be a bench player? That would be my only concern. I mean, usually you find, you know, people with these egos, you know, they're not satisfied with being back up to someone else. But he has to understand that he's only going to be there for the last, you know, the tail ends of the season. You know, and that will probably be it. But it's a risky one, I think, because of the injury that he's had.
I agree with a lot of people in the live comments that get Martial on now in this game.
Yeah, I've not been too impressed with Mkhitaryan. He's had moments. I think the team as a whole, I mean, Mata made a good few runs in the first half, getting in behind the defence.
Martial for Rashford now, says Solomon Mike. I think it'll be Fellaini or Lingard. Mkhitaryan's just been chopped down there. In fact, he looks in a lot of pain, to be honest. I mean, this is the problem, isn't it? Picking up injuries, but hopefully he'll get up all right. Here's Rashford. He's got about 4 players on him. Oh! Good shot. It's inside of the post. I don't know whether I'd be taking Rashford off just yet, Solomon.
Look at the whip on that.
Yeah, heart's dead and buried. It deserved the goal, that. It's smack on the bottom of the post, inside of it. And didn't he just hit the ground just before it?
Good God.
There's not been a bad performance, though, has there, from United? There hasn't been a bad performance, and that's...
Yeah, I mean, it's not been a bad performance by any means. You know, we can always be better. There's always room for improvement. But I'm quite satisfied with the way the first half went. We started slow. Yeah, West Ham did see a fair bit of the ball. We weren't dictating it like we were the home team, but I think once you get the first goal, it settles everyone down, doesn't it? And you know, you start to take control of the game.
Oh yeah, definitely, and especially, you know, the second goal really does make a massive difference, because it's like, you know, you can really express yourself now.
I thought in the first half as well, Pogba and Matic did some fantastic runs. Like Matic, I think, beat 3 or 4 players out in the wide right.
It's not a sprint; it's a marathon, and I don't think this is the way we'll play. I don't think this is necessarily the 11 players we'll use, and that's not how you win a title. But West Ham, it is only West Ham. Some people have said. I think West Ham have played quite well, but you can only beat what's in front of you. Do I expect this to be our formation every week? No. But if we come out of it, even if it stays 2-0, I'll be very, very happy with the performance and the players that have played today.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's got to utilise that bigger squad.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's bigger tests to come throughout the season, but you know, on face value, first game of the season, it has been impressive.
be great if we can keep a clean sheet as well. That'd be another bonus.
Yeah. Especially with Phil Jones playing as well.
Yeah. Hafsi Rahman says Jose should be jailed for the theft for the theft of Matic. It's Bay did well there. He had 3 West Ham players around him and he got up.
Joe Min says who scored? Lukaku twice. Bruno says Matic is class. Jay Harrod, Calamity Jones. Yeah. Zed Jamie, Martial on for Mata and Herrera on for Matic. Interesting. Who would you take off for Martial then, Mark?
I'd take one of Mata and Mkhitaryan off and get a bit of pace on.
Yeah, for me it'd be Mkhitaryan.
I don't think he'll use Martial there. I mean that's a totally, maybe people might want to call in tonight. Remember, we're live from 8 o'clock, Sunday Night Live. We want to take your calls and your opinions on the game and the bigger picture as well. And maybe somebody might want to call in and talk about Martial, because if he doesn't bring Martial on in this game, I really do think that, I personally do think it anyway. I think he doesn't like Martial. I think he would sell him. He's just concerned about how that would be perceived by United fans. But I don't think he really wants him at United.
It would be a crying shame, I think, for him to bring Fellaini on. There's no reason at all for him to bring him on. We're not chasing the game. We're not parking the bus. You know, we don't need the height of him. Don't need the chest control. So there is no reason for him to do this in this game.
Carlos Solis has made a contribution. He says Matic is quality, Bakayoko is crap. Well, to be fair to Bakayoko, I don't think he's fit to play for Chelsea at the moment. But this ref, though, says Ben Lloyd, thanks for the contribution. I've not really noticed the ref, to be honest. I suppose you notice the ref less when you're less stressed, don't you? I mean, we're winning 2-0. I've not really noticed him, which I suppose is, you know, bit inconsistent, but I suppose most of us are like that. When you're playing well and you're winning, you don't really notice the bad decisions. Oh, Pogba nearly slipping Rashford in there. But having said that, we're not playing again until next Saturday lunchtime. You might just think, you know what, I'm just going to let this team crack on. I don't need to rest anybody. Last season we had over for the net. Would have been a lovely goal.
What? Wow. Daily Blind, I've not seen him that far forward for ages.
Would have been the goal of the fullbacks as well. Valencia crossing
absolutely amazing,
and Blind volleying it.
But again, though, it's I mean, Rashford's the outlet on the left, so still not a lot of players going down that left side.
I'm sure Hernandez will score a lot of goals for West Ham, but in a game like this is exactly why Hernandez only could have come back to Manchester United if we were going to use him in the last 10 minutes of games. Because his hold-up play is abysmal, isn't it? And his build-up play is abysmal. But we always knew that.
Well, Martial's warming up with Dom.
I think they all are.
Oh, they all are. Yeah, Fellaini's there as well.
Your man Fellaini?
Seriously, if there's no reason, honestly, for him to bring him on, no reason that I can see.
Rodney's in the live comments. He was actually at the game today, but he's had to leave early. He says it's been good, and he's on his way back early, sweating it a little bit. But I think we'll be all right, Rodney. I think Rodney he's had to leave early because he's off on holiday.
Yeah.
Everyone's on holiday. Linnell's watching in a bar in Crete. You know, and here we are slumming it up in England. But
one of my moderators in Dubai at the minute.
Who's that? Beck.
Beck, yeah.
I tell you what, Are you off on holiday this year, Marcus?
No, not this year. Too much to pay out, mate, with the new house and everything. We're close to the beaches anyway now. Only about 20 minutes away. Football bear's not on holiday.
No, wish I was. Nice bit of sun and a few cocktails, can't beat it.
Matt Maloney's watching in Portugal.
Yeah. Paul Garnett's in Thailand. What's the first thing that comes into your mind when you think of Thailand?
I don't think I can say live on air.
Ladyboys.
I was going to say that, but in harsher terms.
Mark Bolton says that Matt has been fantastic. Rodney's on the tram. Stephen Ash is watching from Australia. Just Danny says, well done, Rashford. I think Rashford's been fantastic second half. Ben Tomsey's in Spain. He says, I hope the weather in England is good. Well, I don't know what it's like where Marcus is, but it's typical English weather in the Midlands. You know, just a bit cloudy, but, you know, muggy is what I would say.
Yeah, same here, mate. That's what it is. Overcast.
Yeah, that's the one. Fellaini's coming on. Told you.
Oh, there's no reason for it.
I predicted that at the start of the game. No matter what the score, Fellaini comes on.
Oh, we don't need the plan B. We're quite comfortable. So now we're going to slow up in midfield now. We'll take Matter off.
No, he just doesn't want to use Martial, does he? He never wants to use Martial. That's the. It's not been a bad day. It's been a very good day, but that's the only thing that just frustrates me slightly. Is I predicted it though, didn't I? I said it. Why is there always a downer? Says Mike Roke. Exactly. Look, I don't care if he's a loyal workhorse and well underappreciated. We don't need to use him. That's all we're saying. It's nothing to do with him. I mean, and he sticks him into the midfield. The stupid thing is well, the worrying thing about that is forget about Martial or anything like that. He's put him straight into the midfield and playing two defensive midfielders now.
Yeah.
You've got Ander Herrera on the bench. You know, Fellaini's coming on for Herrera now. Fellaini's coming on ahead of Herrera now. Oh, thanks for that.
What have you dropped?
Disaster. That was maddening.
Oh well. Let's read some comments. Michael Schofield, freaking ridiculous. Martial, yeah. Football Bear, the downer is that Jones is playing and no Martial, yeah. Breach 69, well, why not Herrera?
We didn't have to wait long for a blooper on the United stand. First game of the season.
It's been an eventful afternoon, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually surprised that people are saying exposed. That people actually thought that graphic behind might be real. Clearly, never was. Anyway, that's Fellaini's fault. I think it's going to end.
Likes yet?
You what, mate?
Have we got 1,000 likes today?
No, we're 50 short, actually. We're 50 short. We've not really been asking for subscribers or likes, to be honest, today. I think it'll end 2-0 now. Don't know what your thoughts are.
I predicted 2-0 before. I thought 2-0 quite comfortable. I wasn't like you and betted on Chicharito scoring against us.
Oh, here we go. I said Lukaku to score anyway, and if anyone who put that bet on, well done. Remember about that, actually, the link's in the video description. You don't just have to bet on United. If you are somebody who likes a little bet on the football, make sure you sign up, link in the video description, with 10bet this month, because at the end of the month they're giving 5 United shirts away, and it's only 2 United stand sign-ups, so it's not It's not across their whole setup. It is exclusively through us. So if you are somebody who likes a bet, make sure you sign up on 10bet and bet with them this month, and you'll go in the draw to win one of 5 United shirts. I'd say we'll probably get about 40 sign-ups, so you've got a good chance. Luke Skywalker's made a contribution. I hope the force is with him. He says, I'm disgusted. Fellaini before Martial. Free Martial now. I'm happy with the performance, but I can't see this continuing with Martial. Martial's going to come on. He's probably going to get about 10 minutes.
Well,
at least he's coming on before Lingard.
I was just going to say, at least he's going to get some game time. I would assume by this that he's possibly a starter for Saturday.
Who?
Martial.
Why?
Just because he's coming on so late in the game.
I don't understand that logic.
Well, if it was me, right, I know we're not playing till Saturday, but I would play whoever was coming on late, late in towards the end of the game. I would automatically assume that maybe there's a place for him next Saturday.
I hope so. I think, as I said a few minutes ago to you and everybody as well, we've got to be dynamic with our formation and our lineup. I think there will always be 4 or 5 players that definitely need to start, but around that, I think maybe next week against Swansea, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
Oh, right, Rashford's coming off.
I think maybe we'll see Herrera, Matic, and Fellaini. Not Fellaini, we might do. But I think he's got to use that wider squad. We might see Darmian next week at left back because he wants to play a little bit more defensively. So, I think that we've got a squad. I think he inherited a squad last season. I think this season he has a squad that he wants. And Martial's got 10 minutes now. Hopefully he can do something in that. It's hard, but hopefully he can.
Yeah, and Andrew Hall. Martial has no brains.
That's a bit racist. No, I was only joking. I'm sure that's not what his angle was, but
no.
But you could say the same of Rashford. To be fair, I think Martial gets a lot of bad credit, and it's really unfair because age-wise, he's hardly any difference between Martial and Rashford. They're the same sort of age.
That's right. And if you're going to give time to one, then you've got to treat the other the same. They're both playing in the same position. I mean, I assume Jose's going to naturally play Rashford out on the left unless Lukaku gets injured.
Yeah.
So Martial and Rashford both competing for the same place. Maybe Jose just feels that Rashford's work rate is better than Martial's at the minute. Don't know.
The thing is, he loves him anyway.
Yeah, but he may, like I think you mentioned it earlier, he may change teams and formation depending on opposition.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen today Blinder's, got forward. He's had a shot at goal as well. Whereas I've never seen Darmian get that far into the box down the left-hand side.
No.
We might think, the weekend it's Swansea, but Smalling could start in place of Bay. Lindelof may start in place of Jones.
Yeah, Lingard's part of the squad. We've got to live with that. And as I said a minute ago, he's got to use that wider squad, and I'm sure he will.
I hope so. I do hope everyone gets a fair crack at the whip this season.
And I want to see Pereira involved. I worry about whether he will be. I worry whether he's, and if he's not going to be used.
Oh, unlucky.
I think if he's not going to be used, he needs to be loaned out like Fosu Mensah as well to a Premier League club this time. I know he did well in Spain, but there is little point in him just playing for the reserves. He's better than that.
Yeah, I agree to some extent, but is he actually ready? We all thought Fosu was ready for Manchester United, and look what's happened. He's obviously gone to Crystal Palace. So could it be the same sort of situation with Pereira, where we all think, yeah, he's ready for Manchester United, put him in? The last thing we want as fans is to see him have an absolute shocker in an important game and get on their back about it.
I think that in relation to Pereira, sorry, is that, Jeff Doherty's made a contribution. Thanks for that, Jeff. Tom Jones has said, can we get Fellaini caught with drugs? Almost instant impact from Martial, says Avery Sharp. Yeah, it was a good run. Martial on fire, says Ian. He's a fantastic player, and if he's got to work, look, it's the first game of the season. I'm not going to get negative about Martial and everything like that. If he's given the fair crack of the whip, he's been given 10 minutes here. Lingard's not. That's positive for me. Small steps, and his talent will out. That's what I believe. But back to Pereira. I think Pereira is ready. I watched him a lot in La Liga last year. He's playing against the likes of Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona. Played very well in a poor side. I think Pereira is ready. I think he's way ahead of Fosu Mensah. But I also agree, if he's not going to get to play games, he needs to go out on loan to a Premier League club and show what he can do in the Premier League. Much rather that than he spends most of the season not even getting on our bench. So that's what I would do with Pereira. I know he wants to play here now, but I would consider that.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah. Someone's not watching the game and asked who the subs were. It was... Oh, I've lost it now.
The goal scorers were Lukaku and Lukaku.
Yeah, the subs were Fellaini for Mata.
Yeah, Fellaini for Mata and Martial for
Rashford. Yeah. Fionn Curtin says, Mark, what's your thoughts on Matic?
Brilliant today.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop answering questions on Matic other than the positives because I think that's a bad pass by Matic. But yeah, in all seriousness, look, people just want to keep coming on and saying, oh, you were wrong about Matic. We've discussed this to death. I never said he was a bad player. I thought he was a Chelsea reject, which we found out this week he wasn't, which changes things drastically. I saw Chelsea yesterday and they massively missed him. He's a lot more mobile than I actually thought, which is a massive positive. And he's not on the decline like some people thought he was. He's still got a lot left in the tank. So they're all positives. The minute he signed, most of us said, we'll back him. But most United fans didn't really want him. And if we're all proved wrong, fantastic. But I don't really see the point in going on about that now. You've got to live on the present and in the future. And I think it's exciting that we're finally looking like we're building a balanced side. I think the only problem for me, Marcus, and the people at home now is we still need to fix the left side. And whether Luke Shaw can fix that, hopefully he can.
Yeah. I wonder with Luke Shaw if Mourinho has the patience for him. He seemed to get thrown in the deep end quite a lot last season. Obviously the horrendous injury he had. He came back, he picked up another injury. And all the injuries he's had, he's been out for quite a significant amount of time. So I think maybe, I know Luke Shaw's agent said that Manchester United were happy with him and he was staying. And but I think maybe Jose's patience is wearing a little bit thin with him.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Lord Fifth says Jones has been quality this game.
Name me a bad player.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't. It's been a very good performance. Well, once we took hold of the game, like we should do, it has been a really good game. And West Ham have not been without. Yeah, West Ham not been without their chances either.
Lukaku.
Oh.
Well, I'd take this. I'd have took 2-0. If we can get another one, great. But I would have took this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, look, Martial. 3.
Get in! Cherry on the cake. Cherry on the cake. E-I-A-D-O. Cherry on the cake. That's what we want. Those lovers of Martial, we wanted that.
Nice.
I think Lukaku got an assist.
Oh, Let's just watch it back here. Pogba into Mickey. Mickey.
Yeah, Lukaku's offside, isn't he? Yeah, that's finishing for you. Martial's a much better finisher than Rashford at the moment. But a perfect day, absolutely perfect, fantastic that.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic. It's he's come off the bench. He's had a great impact as soon as he's come on. He's had the run. Obviously, he's just scored the goal as well. Very effective. Mkhitaryan's just come off now. Lingard's on.
Oh, he's got his favourites on then. But I'm very happy with that. Very, very happy. I want Martial. I think this game, it's only the first game of the season. We must not fall into any silly traps about, we're going to win the league or anything like that. It's way too early for anything like that. What we had to do today was win the game. But to also win the game in the way that we have, because I would have took 1-0, to be honest. It's so important to beat this sort of opposition today. But to do it in the way we have is a big, big bonus. And even for people like Martial to come on and score, maybe at the moment he is a bench player, but as long as he stays at United and he's given the opportunity to show that talent, I'll take that at the moment. I'm not going to demand he's in the team. He's got to work his way in there, but I totally believe in him. And lots and lots of positives. Even people like Phil Jones, it's a positive that they came in today and they played well.
Yeah, it shows that these players that are squad players can actually do a job, and they can, injury free, be relied upon. So I mean, hopefully this is a good omen for the rest of the season. We've played well. We're winning convincingly.
Yeah.
And overall team performance, this is probably 4. Pogba.
Come on!
What a goal!
Well, we'll have that. I'll tell you what, I'm changing the scores quicker than anything here. They're making me work.
Go on, we're top of the league now. We're top of the league.
But even from that is a massive positive as well. We're beating West Ham 4-0. It's goal difference, isn't it? Starting the season like this, it's not normally the way we start the season. And as a lovely finish by Pogba.
Absolutely beautiful.
Martial with the assist as well. You can call it an assist. But he did give him the pass.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So if you've got Martial in your fancy football team, he's got a goal and assist in 10 minutes, which, can't be bad.
Absolutely fantastic.
And the one thing we always knew about United from the summer was that the camaraderie within the squad is very, very good. So he's already got that. But 4-0, that's big time. That's a big result.
It is. I've not seen... I mean, Manchester United as a team have quite comfortably controlled this game. Limited... I mean, they've limited West Ham to a couple of chances. The one in the end of the first half. Was it Arnautovic that hit the bar?
Yeah.
Earlier? So, I mean, they have had a couple of chances, but overall, like I said before, it's very convincing. Very convincing. And we've got 2 goals while Fellaini's been on the pitch, so it's not all bad, is it?
Who's been your men of the match? Because there's loads now. I mean, I think at half time we safely said it was Matic, Jones, or Lukaku, but I think the second half, others have grown into it.
Yeah, I would still say Matic for me. It's either Matic or Pogba.
Yeah, and I like that sort of choice, to be honest. I mean, I'm going to give mine in a minute, but it's I do like that.
The whole team has played really well, but I think Matic and Pogba have been the standout players. I know Lukaku has scored 2, but the work rate in the midfield positions have been superb.
It's been a fantastic performance in general. You don't beat many teams in the Premier League, to be honest, and by this sort of scoreline and not you know, not play well as a team. But yeah, very, very good performance. Very, very happy with it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would have took 1-0. Really would have took 1-0. So to get this today, so many positives. People coming off the bench and playing well as well, and i.e. Martial. Very, very good.
Yeah,
I disagree with you on the man of the match, but I'll give people my man of the match in a minute when I do the live reaction. But perfect start. I won't run away. I'm not going to run away with it. We won our first 3 games last season, and we still came 6th. And I think what United need to do, well, actually, I'll save that for the match reaction as well because it's a good point. But I'm very, very happy with it. You can only do with what's in front of you, and I look at what everybody else has done at the start of this season, and we've done very, very well. Very, very well.
I just saw a stat there. 23 attempts, 6 on target, 4 goals.
26.
So,
what was that?
23 attempts, 6 on target, 4 goals.
You can't argue with that.
No. I mean, you know, the attacking intent is there. Something that we lacked last season.
I'll tell you what, though, Marcus. Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
I was the one who has said for the last 2 weeks United are going to win the league, and everyone said I was crazy. So at least my prediction was we were going to win the league. I'm not jumping on that bandwagon now because I think that would be really silly to start saying, oh yeah, we're going to win it now. But I did say at the start of the season we were going to win the league.
It's one thing being on top of the table. It's another thing staying there.
I would agree.
See where we are at Christmas, mate, first.
Anyway, for everybody who's joined us on the watch along, we are now moving over to the match reaction stream, which will start in about 60 seconds after this one. Manchester United 4, West Ham 0. Thanks for everybody who's been on the watch along today. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button. We're back tonight. Well, I'm going to do the match reaction in a minute. Then we're live at 8 o'clock tonight with the Skype show for you to Skype in and give your thoughts. Loads for you to talk about. Get on and be passionate and have your say. Really, really enjoyed it. And I'm going to go and do the match reaction now. But thanks for Marcus for coming on.
No worries. Pleasure as always. Thank you to everyone who's joined in today. And hopefully see you next weekend.
The link to the match reaction is in the top line of the description of the watch along. So just click it and you'll be there. And I'm going to be there in the live chat. Start talking. I'll be there in about 60 seconds time. I'm going to give you my man of the match. And one thing I really want to say about Mourinho that I think a lot of people might not have realised, which I'll mention very early in the match reaction. So thanks everyone for that. I shall see you over there in a minute. What a game. What a game.